This is SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports show, coming to you from Sportsbook at L'Auberge Lake Charles. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
The time has officially come where we can wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. It's Christmas week, everybody. And
joy is just in the air.
It is, especially on top of your head. Welcome to SoundOff at Sportsbook. We are glad to have you in your homes. Kevin and I, we're going to try to bring a lot of joy and happiness and cheery spirit.
I'm full of joy.
You're full of joy?
No, there's no doubt.
You're full of a lot of stuff. Joy might be one of them as well. All right, we're gonna have some fun with our constant sports chatter and our debate.
Yes, we are.
It's going to be a wild ride of a show. Mr. Guidry here, Mr. Sarro, Scooter Hobbs is off this week enjoying his Christmas week. So anyway, all right, it is going to be a wild show. A lot of basketball, a lot of football, and we'll constantly in and out of this McNeese UL game. We got the Saints to talk about. They took care of Tommy Cutlets. He loves those mama cutlets, those chicken cutlets.
Is that the worst team in the NFL, the Giants?
By no stretch of the imagination. Carolina, even though they won,
My goodness,
we're going to tell you whether or not Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors are going to play in that bowl game for the LSU Tigers.
Wow.
And, of course, we're going to talk McNeese and UL basketball and so much more. And the Dallas Cowboys, holy smokes, they got knocked down a couple of notches.
How did that happen, man?
Woo!
You
Running
Dallas,
the football.
That is
you and I are going to do a show at some point. If Hobbs is here, we're going to do an entire show on why the NFL does not appreciate running backs. When the Buffalo Bills can run it down the Dallas Cowboys' throats and win a game. Don't go into that. That's a future show. It could be an entire show because I got a lot to say on that. All right, let's start unwrapping this Christmas week show with McNeese and UL basketball. Look, you can't ignore the undertone of the game. First time Will Wade and Bob Marlin, the coach for the Raging Cajuns, met again. The dust up in 2018, the NIT game, all this and the big drama. First time. Wade before the game, whispered in his ear, nice little handshake.
Good sportsmanship.
Good sportsmanship, that whole thing. Wade said after the game he apologized to Bob Marlin for all that stuff.
Good for him.
But after the game, it had to be quick and matter of fact because the Cowboys won it by 2. What a whale of a game it was.
What a game. I didn't get a chance, Rick. I went to the one the other great time at that game, man. But this one there, from what I'm hearing, it was probably one of the games to watch, man. With all the drama, that's what took place with all the drama.
Well, the drama in the game, the drama before the game, sellout crowd, electric, vibrant, very engaged. Finally saw C.J. Felder, the transfer from Florida, come in. Played about 8 minutes, had a huge dunk. Got the crowd, because he's a big man.
He is big, 250,
and now again, a couple of more practices, you're going to see more of Mr. Felder.
He's going to make a difference, Rick. And I mean, with the talent that Wade has already got there, that can only better what he's putting on the floor. People don't realize, how long has it been since we've seen basketball like this here in Lake Charles, Rick? I mean, I'm being honest.
30 years. 30 years. The headline now, they're 10-2.
It's
their best start.
Good, man.
It's their best start in 51 years.
No.
Think about
51 years, Rick.
A half a century. It's their best season start in a half a century.
I wasn't expecting that, Rick. Really?
Yeah. All right. So on the floor, it was a battle. It was a war. You knew it was going to get testy. You knew it was going to get chippy, and it was
expected, though.
It went back and forth. McNeese didn't have a great first half.
No.
And credit UL's defense for that. Credit UL's defense. They were down by 5.
Look, when you look at it, can't you see? I mean, I look at Wade and I look at his coaching ability as to how he rotate players. Put certain players in. When you're feeling something that a certain player is doing, you keep him in. When a player's not doing something, he takes them out. And Rick, when you look at it, you got to know your players to know how to push their buttons.
Very good point, which leads me to the point, everybody who was at the game and heard about it, big scrum. About midway through the second half. Loose ball. Ball's going everywhere. Nobody has possession.
I heard about that.
The big scrum, 8-9 bodies, end up right in front of the UL bench. Kristen Shoemake says, I tried to call a timeout, didn't get the call timeout. I tried to throw a ball off a UL player, hit him in the head. Bob Marlin goes nuts. Referees going nuts. Bodies everywhere. Whistles, and all of a sudden, 2 technicals are called because Colum and Omar Cooper comes off the bench.
Can't leave the bench. You cannot leave the bench.
Because they thought something was going on, but maybe they thought a timeout was called. Okay. But Wade goes nuts because he's got 2 starters now walking to the locker room.
Can you believe that?
That is huge.
Can you believe that?
Your point guard and your big man down low.
Look, Rick, this is the thing.
Huge.
You got to credit the refs, Rick. I mean,
credit the refs?
No, to do better.
Okay.
Because I'm going to tell you, Rick, Why would
well,
you
they thought
think,
they may not have heard. They may not have seen or heard.
Why do you think that player intentionally was going to hit the UL player?
No, there was no tech for that. There was no tech for that. The tech was on the players leaving the bench.
Okay,
maybe the refs, maybe the refs didn't hear or see.
But even so, nobody saw that timeout. Nobody saw that timeout.
Apparently not, and that's what Wade was so upset about, because if they would have recognized the shoemate timeout, because he says he had possession, you couldn't see because it was just a scrum of players. Then those guys walking off the bench, well, they're legal.
Well, they could have been because it's a timeout.
When you call a timeout, players get up and start walking on the bench.
But my thing is this, Rick. You know, referees in a game like that, Rick, you can't miss that kind of a call. That could determine the game, Rick.
Well, look,
you got two starters that's got to go to the locker room.
There were a lot of bodies on the floor. I will say that there. All right, look, the game went back and forth. Great, obviously tight game.
Great energy.
You know, UL had like 6 technical foul shots. I've never seen that before in my life.
That's
they make 5 of them, so they go up by 10. But McNeese, Cowboys stayed on it.
Yeah.
Regain their composure, start hitting threes. Shahada Wells took over the game inside, and all of a sudden they come back and take a lead.
Look, when you look at that, Rick, and for what happened to the McNeese, look how you overcome that. And what I want to say to that is, that's coaching, Rick.
Yes.
I mean, you got good players now, Rick. Make no mistake. These are some of the best players I've ever seen come through McNeese that's playing there right now, man. Honestly, they're that good. They are that good.
It's the best assembly of talent in 30 years.
Wade has been in that fire before. He didn't flinch, Rick.
No, he did not.
He didn't
nor did the players.
Didn't flinch.
Thursday show, Christmas holiday week.
Yes,
Thursday show will go into more of all the different facets of this game and how it could help this team propel them down the line. Because there was so much involved. The adversity,
it was a lot,
rallying back, and that whole thing. So, all right. 5-game winning streak, by the way. We'll get into that later on as well. All right, it's a huge and hectic Christmas week around here. And look, the hustle and bustle, if you can't get over it, go to the Max Bar and Grill at the National and Westlake and let them do the cooking with fantastic steaks and burgers and seafood and poor boys, hot bowl of gumbo salads and so much more. If you just want a cold beer or cocktail to wind down, check out the Max Bar and Grill with all the live sports around. And the patio overlooking the 18th grade is super. It's all at the Max at the National.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at L'Auberge Lake Charles.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
His name was Cain. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
We are back at the Sportsbook at L'Auberge. Perfect holiday weekend to check out brunch at Drago's. That would be Saturday and Sundays. It's just around the corner from 9 until 2. All right. SoundOff presented to you by Lundy Law, also J&J Exterminating, and of course, L'Auberge Casino brings you the show. All right. Heisman Trophy winner Jaden Daniels makes an announcement. Drum roll, please. Are we what are we keeping the gator? What is that?
This is something that.
Oh my gosh! It's a singing gator. Oh my gosh! He's gonna probably go out. There's our garland. There's our holiday garland. We'll just drop it on the floor for now.
Oh,
he's cut. He's cut. Here, production guys.
Look, when you have grandkids. This is what you do, okay?
Live on tape, as they say.
This is what you do. I love it. I love it.
that was some special decoration.
It was,
right?
Rick. You did a great job. The Gator just started whining. He started
I didn't
just
know he was a singing,
rolling,
dancing
man.
Gator. All right, Heisman Trophy winner Jaden Daniels, and look, no shocker. He's not going to play in the bowl.
None at all.
He's going to get ready for the NFL
that's-
draft. We
that's
said
pretty
that last
smart, Rick.
week. Do not play.
Yeah.
Now, Malik Neighbors, also going to the NFL draft, is still practicing.
Well, you know why?
I think he wants that low. I think he wants that.
Why
record.
you think he's playing, Rick?
I think he wants a record.
He wants
22
Rick,
yards.
You want to go in the book, Rick. At a school like LSU, you want to be in the books, Rick.
It's a calculated risk because it's a bowl game.
Rick,
He's
honestly,
a receiver.
guys, I think when he gets that, it's a wrap.
Oh, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It better be a wrap.
Rick,
All right.
gets that, it's done. It's done, Rick.
We're going to get
telling
into
you.
portal news for
It's
McNeese
done.
and LSU. Let's start with the Tigers. They picked up a couple of them late last week.
Yeah.
Texas A&M, one-time starting safety, Jordan Gilbert.
Yeah.
He started, this is Aggie's defense now, which has been pretty good for the last couple of years.
They have
2022, he was a full-time starter, great stats, couple of picks, a lot of defensive balls. He's a safety. He's coming back home. He's from the New Orleans area.
He is.
You know this kid.
He
Gilbert, they picked him up.
He can start at
Thomas,
LSU. He'll start.
Oh, he's
will
instantly their best defensive back.
Yeah, he will start.
He's
Rick. That's
day
no doubt about
one.
that.
Gilbert from A&M is their
You know
best
what?
defensive.
I'm just wondering
No
what
doubt.
it is that LSU is looking at when they go to this portal as to how they've got to impact that secondary. Rick, that's major. Folks can eat you up if you
I
don't
know
have,
you hate what they did last year because of Deuce Chestnut
Chestnut was a joke,
and Denver
man.
Harris. It was a flame out,
Chestnut.
but he's got to rebuild quickly. Xavier Thomas, a wide receiver from Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. One touchdown, I believe, this past
Yeah.
year. But
Yeah.
from
Don't have
what
a
the
whole lot of
reports,
film on him, Rick.
he's a dynamic returner, which LSU also needs.
They do need that.
They
do
need
that.
somebody
Special
to
teams-
change the flow of the
special teams
game.
does. Yeah, they definitely need that. But when you look at it, Rick, you know what? This is what I'm hoping the LSU defensive staff is looking at. And by the way, have there been any changes yet in that defensive staff?
Not yet.
What are we waiting on?
You're getting ahead of yourself. Let's stay on the portal.
Okay.
Let's stay on the portal.
Anyway, the portal. When you look at changing your defense and how you can impact your team, this is what I'm so believe on, Rick. Rick, you go and get kids, not kids that are good players. Listen to what I'm saying now. A coach told me this. You don't go and get good players. You get players that fit your system. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you can get a misconception of saying, oh, he's a good player.
Yeah.
We need him. But does he fit your system?
All right,
That's the mistake LSU made.
In my day, when I played backyard football down in St. Mary Parish, I could cover a one-on-one. So what? Just because I can cover a one-on-one, you want me to go play for LSU? I got no talent. I got no skills.
What I'm
but I
saying
can play
is,
I can play man-to-man defense.
and I get that. But that's what LSU's got to focus on, Rick. What player is good for this system? If they're going to run that system, find players that can fit that system, man.
Well,
don't just get good players, man. It may not fit that
it's
system.
It's a two-pronged thing. I got where you're going. Let me get back to the receivers. This is Xavier Thomas. Keep in mind, Thomas gone. Neighbors gone. Now you got Andre Anderson in that room. Remember the Alabama transfer? You got him in the room, and then you've got a senior who I assume is coming back, Kyron Lacey. And then you've got I don't know, he's a freshman or sophomore, Chris Hilton. Those guys barely caught any balls. That is going to be a depleted receiver room.
Well, wait.
When you take out a Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors.
But understand this, Rick. Those guys didn't catch balls because of who they was playing behind.
Good point. We'll see. We'll see how much talent they got.
We didn't think Neighbors and Thomas was any good either, right?
Oh, you did. I didn't. I said I didn't think they were any good. I'm just saying I didn't think they were going to be what they were.
I think the guys that LSU have in that stable are going to be good. I mean,
we'll
they're going
see.
to be good.
We'll see.
They're going to be good.
You don't. I don't think you.
Lacey's going to lead the pack right now, but I think those guys that's
they
behind
don't
him are
have
gonna be
another
just as
Malik
good.
Neighbors right now. Come on.
We didn't say we could find another Odell Beckham, did we?
Come on. All right.
Did we?
The portal giveth. The portal
takes
it away.
Yes, it does.
Sage Ryan, former 4-star out of Lafayette, remember the safety? He's leaving.
Yeah.
To his credit, he was a born safety that they had to throw at cornerback.
Yeah.
He was out of position.
He
I think he did okay. You tell me.
No, he didn't.
Really? Okay.
No,
All right. Well,
he didn't.
He got caught up in
You
that
can't
whole.
convert a safety to a corner.
They tried because they
you
didn't have
can
anybody
convert
else.
a corner to a safety, but you can't convert a safety to a corner.
I'll defer to you on that.
You cannot do that.
So Ryan, Sage Ryan, I believe he might be the only quasi starter that for LSU that's gone in the portal. The rest of them were reserves looking for more playing time. All right, let's get on McNeese Cowboys. Gary Goff, he's been busy on the recruiting trail. We're still trying to get him on the show, by the way. He picked up a special team wide receiver, 5'11", 190 guy out of Louisiana Tech. Again, mostly special teams, but maybe he sees something. He's a receiver. He picked him up on a commitment on portal, and he picked up a JUCO quarterback out of California. Right about now, that's all we know. That's all we know. I
I'm
know
not
you're
gonna
reserving
comment.
judgment.
I'm not
I know
right
you're
now,
reserving
Rick.
judgment.
I'm not commenting on
Keep
that,
in mind, early signing period in December is Wednesday, December 20th through this Friday of the holiday week.
Yeah.
That's when McNeese needs to cut some hay and some early high school signings. And again, you get freshmen out of high school, you get a stud, he can play, right?
Rick,
you can get some freshmen.
We've seen it before. We've seen freshmen start all the time.
Yeah.
But my concern is, Rick, at this point, with the record that they have, what high school kids have we got coming to McNeese right now?
You better be a doggone damn good salesman. Okay? All right. Which again leads me to my other point, Mr. Segway.
You have a lot of points for it today.
Well, you're segueing
you got a lot of points for.
I caught Montana and North Dakota State. I caught some of South Dakota State with wiped out Albany. Oh my gosh, the gap of talent.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not being harsh on the Southland Conference of McNeese, but
Rick,
the gap of talent
it's not close, Rick.
between the Montanas
Rick,
and North Dakota State and South Dakota State.
It's not close, Rick.
And it begins at quarterback.
Rick, it's not close,
It begins at quarterback.
You wonder why they win every year, Rick. That's why. That's why, Rick.
It's a huge gap, guys.
It is,
and
Rick.
it's across really the upper tier of the FCS. The Delaware's out there. The Youngstown State that's rebuilt.
How are they going to catch up, Rick?
The defensive. It's going to take time, but you've got to get a system in there where you're bringing in these high-level players. That's the only way to do it.
High-level players. It comes off of winning.
All right, still no official word.
Win, there's no high-level
Speaking
players.
of high-level players, still no official word out of All-American, and he's an All-American linebacker, Micah Davey for the McNeese Cowboys. Still no announcement yet if he's going in the portal or not. They've got to bring back Micah Davey. He's a true All-American.
Better bring him back.
He's a true All-American.
They better bring him back.
All right, let's step aside. Clock management. When we come back, we've got Saints and Giants. The defense versus the Italian Stallion.
Do we even talk about that? Is it even discussable?
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
We are back. Sound off at the Sportsbook at LaBear's. Thanks for hanging with us on this holiday week again. Where's your hat, by the way? Merry Christmas to everybody.
I said it to the
side.
Ears.
I'm glad we got rid of the dancing gator.
I love my gator, man.
Dancing gator's going to tear up the whole dadgum table.
That's my spirit, man. That's what gives me spirit, man. It's my gator.
I thought the holiday spirit never leaves you.
No, it's always with me, but I mean, that gator just adds a little bit more to it.
Adds a little bit more. Hey, if you miss us during our regular broadcast on CBS Lake Charles, remember, on YouTube, go to cbslakecharles.tv, click on YouTube, and you can see the current shows, you can see past shows, all on YouTube. 24/7, 365.
Yes.
All right, on that website.
Every day.
Remember to check out Poke Nation on CBS Lake Charles Wednesdays at 10:05, the shenanigans of Jim Gazzola and A.D. Heath Schroyer. We like to cross-promote those boys.
We do all the time.
Y'all better be cross-promoting our show every now and then. You're listening to me, Jim.
They should.
Okay, all right. Saints and Giants. All right, Tommy Cutlets, the Italian Stallion, comes down here, undrafted rookie. He's a paisan, all right? If the Saints were going to lose, I want them to lose to DeVito, the paisan from New Jersey. All right. Look, it was a must-win game. The defense, finally. What have I been saying? You've got to get to the quarterback. That's how you win in the NFL. That's how you win in major college. That's how you win in anything. You've got to pressure the quarterback and get him off schedule. 7 sacks. The Giants had no shot.
Are we really discussing this game, Rick? Really? I mean, Rick,
what do you mean? It's the New York Giants.
Let's be honest, Rick. Come on.
It's the football Giants. It's Tommy DeVito.
13 players
They won 3 straight coming into this game, the Giants. Saquon Barkley.
Not feeling happy about that game. The Saints won.
Look, it wasn't super pretty.
Wow.
It wasn't super pretty. Look, there was some improvement on the defense on the front 7. Allen finally called some blitzes. And look, it's an undrafted rookie quarterback. All right?
Rick,
I
that's
got
why we're discussing this.
I got it.
Serious?
But they won 3 straight.
Are you
Again,
serious?
they didn't beat really anybody.
Anyway, no, they didn't.
But look, Derek Carr,
Look.
give him some props. Again, it's the football giants. 23 out of 28, over 300 yards, a couple of touchdowns, 50% on third down conversions. Derek Carr.
I can't
what?
What does the Giants?
I got my Saints shirt on.
I think the Giants ranked, 27th in defense?
It doesn't matter. It's still the NFL. It was a must-win.
They ranked 27 in defense, Rick. Are you really going to credit their win to Carr?
I don't know.
A great game?
Are you sure about that
really?
stat?
Oh, I'm 27.
Are you?
Rick did 27
that
in defense.
DC,
Look,
Wink Martindale,
whatever,
is one of the best DCs in the league.
One thing about Carr is this. When you get to him, you make him make mistakes. I've said that always, even with the Raiders. He will make mistakes when you pressure him. Nobody really got to Carr. Rick, come on now.
They got 1 or 2 sacks. No, they did. They did. He finally, though, Carr got some protection, even though Ryan Ramczyk was out, okay?
Yeah.
And he got some help.
You know,
Shaheed made some plays.
Yeah.
Finally, Juwan Johnson made some plays. A.T. Terry, the rookie out of Wake Forest, made some plays. So he got some help. You need some help.
When you
gotta
look
help
at the
this
Saints,
guy.
when you look at the Saints offense up against a Giants offense, should the game even be close?
Well, it wasn't. 24-6.
But my point is, Rick, I'm trying to say, Rick, you can do it on paper,
Look,
Rick. You can put it to paper, Rick, and this game should have been close, Rick.
I'm not going
I know you love your
overboard
Saints.
with
I
this
know you
one.
love your Saints.
They
Yes, you
had
do.
to win this game
They had
to
to
get
win,
to 7-7
They had to win.
because the
Tied
Buccaneers
with the Bucks.
go up to Lambeau and beat the
Yeah.
deadgum Packers.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield's looking like he's deadgum all-pro again.
He is.
So it was a must-win. Look, you're talking about the Saints offense. Let's give some props to Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week.
We
He's
did.
running hard,
He's different.
and he's effective.
He's different.
He's having, quietly, Kamara
Rick,
is having a very good year.
I think he's looking
And he missed
at,
the first 3 games, Kevin.
I think that locker room is kind of imposing their will on a lot of people, Rick. Okay? It's time, Rick.
What do you mean?
Locker rooms can do that, Rick. Locker rooms can make you play better, if you know what I mean when I say that. There are certain conversations
Oh, you're
that go
talking
on in
about
locker
the
rooms.
elder statesman saying, let's get off our rear ends
Dude,
here.
what are we doing? Come on now. Come on now.
They should. Cam Jordan, DeMario Davis.
They have the people in the locker
Tyrann
room
Mathieu.
to do that. Yes.
All those
They have the
veterans
people.
and veterans on offense. They
should not.
This is an old team.
And let me tell you
this
something.
This is an old Saints team.
People are worrying about Carr. Carr need to be careful what he say and take care of his business before he
You
even
and
say
the
anything
anti-Carr.
else.
You
I'm
and
just
the
saying,
anti-Carr.
He came there thinking, this is not Los Angeles. This is not the Raiders. Dude, don't bring that here. We know what to do here in New
He
Orleans.
has admitted the transition has been more
Yes,
frustrating
it's
than I think he thought it would be.
It's different.
For whatever reason.
When you take care of
Come
your
on,
business,
Pete Carmichael hadn't helped him
take
all
care
that
of your
much.
business, everything else should fall in place, Rick. No.
Pete
Sorry.
Carmichael and Dennis Allen has not helped the Derek Carr
Well, they
situation.
won't be there next year, so it'll be a different team next year. They won't be there
That's
next
for
year.
Thursday's show, by the way.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right. I got it. Speaking of Pete Carmichael, Jimmy Graham.
Rick,
3rd game in a row,
That's
he
another
scores
thing.
in the red zone. What happened to Jimmy Graham
Rick.
in the first half of the year when they couldn't even
Rick.
smell the red zone
Rick.
in a touchdown?
Rick,
He was on the team.
you blame Carr, and you blame the offensive. Look.
I don't think Jimmy Graham was on the active roster at all times.
Yes, he was.
No, he was not. No, he was not.
When did
No, they can pull him off and on. He was not.
Why
on
would
the,
you not have him on it?
I don't know. That's my point.
Jimmy Graham is 6'7", 255.
Plays 6'9".
Plays basketball. Rick, if you inside the red zone, Rick, that's a jump ball.
I got you.
I mean, game over.
Mind-boggling.
That's a jump ball. Rick.
Mind-boggling. 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 All right. Saints are now 7-7. Coming up Thursday, short week. They're going to go all the way to Los Angeles. Let me tell you something, people. The Rams are an old football team like the Saints.
Let me tell you
Sean
something.
McVay.
Don't you underestimate
Sean McVay, 7-7 with that roster.
Don't you
He
underestimate
should
him,
get
Rick.
votes for Coach of the Year.
Yeah, don't you
the Rams
underestimate
coach,
him, Rick. Let me
Sean
tell you
McVay.
something. But I'm going to tell you this here. The Saints have got to be real careful from here on out, Rick, because let me
That's
tell you
going to be a short turnaround against the Rams, who are in playoff contention, by the way. I mean,
I'm just looking from week to week how the Saints look at their offense and defense, Rick, and say, how can we get better? Rick, years ago when we watched the Saints, Rick, you knew Drew Brees. You just knew. You had that feeling like, oh, it's a good week.
keep drawing going back to
But
Drew
no,
Brees.
I'm just saying, that's what he gave us, him and Sean Payton.
Yeah.
That's what they gave us, Rick. Rick, each week it's a toss-up, Rick. We don't know what's going on each week, Rick. We don't know.
I don't know
We don't
either
know.
sometimes. Big game. The Rams game is going to be tough. Let's go to Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Remember Joe Brady?
Buffalo.
Former LSU assistant?
Yeah.
Former Saints assistant?
Yeah.
He goes up there, takes the OC job at Buffalo. He gives a game plan to Josh Allen to throw 7 times. They run the ball down the throats of the Dallas Cowboys for nearly 300 yards and wipe them off the field, 31 to 10. I don't understand the Cowboys.
Dallas played the week before, beat the Eagles. You thought they was like, wow.
But they're on the road. They can't win on the road. They're great in Dallas, but they can't win on the road. That was amazing to me. Why, Sean McDermott, why haven't you been running the football all these times when you've been losing all these games?
Wow.
Josh Allen doesn't care. He just wants to win games. That was a stunning loss
for the
and
Cowboys.
a stunning win.
That hurt for the Cowboys.
For the Bills.
Big time.
Stunning.
That hurt for the Cowboys, man.
Is there any argument that the San Francisco 49ers are the best team in the NFL?
They're good, Rick.
They are monsters of the entire league.
Let me tell you something, Rick. When you look
monsters.
Look at the players they have, Rick. Just look at the players they have.
Love that Brock Purdy. We're out of time. Have a great holiday week. We'll see you on Thursday.
Be safe.
Sarah, we'll see you next time, everybody.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at L'Auberge Lake Charles.
Now's the perfect time to enjoy your amazing backyard. Unless you have a mosquito problem, contact the experts at J&J Exterminating and take advantage of $50 off initial service. Make this summer the best ever with J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.